So I just wanted to say that I think NFTs are okay. There's a lot of stink and a lot of controversy over NFTs nowadays. I see a lot of people making videos now on YouTube about explaining why NFTs are so stupid or so bad. And I understand why they're environmentally bad. I understand why they're bad for the environment, and I understand the arguments against them from that perspective that they're bad for the environment. But there's a lot of things that are bad for the environment. I mean, they are bad for the environment, and there's no doubt about that. And I think they're flawed. I think NFTs are flawed. I think they need to get better. But I'm not like offended by them per se. I'm not. I don't think they're inherently like stupid or whatever. I think that they need to get better for the environment. And I think that the Ethereum 2.0 or whatever they're working on right now, I hope they do become better for the environment. But the people that are offended, they're really offended by it, are like socialists. I think socialists find NFTs really offensive because they think the idea of trading art as like a form of like capital is offensive. They find like capitalism offensive. Now, I'm a liberal, so I'm not like a Republican or anything, but I think a lot of the people that find NFTs offensive are socialists. They're even farther left. They're much farther left than even I am, and I'm pretty far left. I'm a riding with Biden type of guy, but um, I'm not like a socialist, though. I understand why socialists believe what they believe because there's too much inequality in this country, and we need to do more to reduce inequality. So I understand the arguments for socialism. I'm not even offended by socialism. I'm not offended by socialism at all. I think there should be more socialism in the United States. It's just the people. They got to realize this is a market economy. We have a market economy, and that's the way it's probably always going to be. And so we need socialism mixed with capitalism if we're ever going to move forward in the future. Um, that we should move leftward in the future too. It's just about NFTs in particular is what I wanted to make this video about, not about politics per se. It just NFTs want to make art like it's trading cards. They want to make everything like it's trading cards, and they want to make music like it's trading cards. They want to have art have real tangible value to make, and I think that's what a lot of the leftists are offended by, that art could have real tangible value because they don't want leftists don't want anything to have any tangible value. They want everything to be like free. Leftists want everything to be free, and they don't want everything to be marketized. Is that a word? Marketized? I don't know. Leftists don't want everything to be marketized, and I understand why. They want everything to make everything. They want everything to be a public mural. Here's a public mural for free, and I get that. I like public murals just as much as everyone else does. I like those too. It's just the problem is I think artists should be fairly compensated, and I think in the future artists will be better compensated thanks to NFTs. And I think more people will be making professional art because of NFTs in the future. It's going to be easier to be a professional artist in the future because of NFTs, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that there's going to be more artists in the future. There's going to be more professional artists in the future, and I think that's a great future because we need more artists in this future. We need less people fighting each other, less people, punching each other in the face, and we need more people making art. And whether they're paid for it or they're not paid for it, I don't care. But we need more people making art. There's not enough people making art in this world. There's not there's not enough romance in this world. There's not enough people making art in this world. There's not enough of a lot of things in this world that there just needs to be more of. And I understand why the leftists are offended that, oh, you're being paid for art? Oh, you should do that for free. I get that. I get the argument. I get the idea that everything should be free. I get that argument. But I just think that's not the future we're moving towards. I don't think everything is going to be free. I think some things, I don't believe you should have to work for free. I don't believe you should have to work for free for 10 years to have to make a living. Okay? I don't believe you should have to work for free. I believe you should be fairly compensated for your labors. And to me, that's also a leftist idea, that you should be fairly compensated for your labors. To me, that's a leftist idea too, because I am a leftist. I might complain about leftists, but I am a leftist. It's just there's different types of leftists than I am. There's a type of leftists who are offended by anything that's based on trade. They find trade offensive. They find trading cards offensive. They find global uh, you know, geopolitical trade between large countries offensive, large companies offensive. They find any type of trade offensive. And I'm not that type of leftist. I'm a leftist, but I'm not that type of leftist. I believe in the market. I believe in free trade. I believe people should be trading art with each other like it's candy. I believe people should be trading with each other whatever they want. And, you know, like, I don't even know how to describe it. You know, I don't even know how to describe it. Like there's people that they're offended by NFTs, but they want to be fairly compensated too. So why would you be offended about people being fairly compensated for their work? Why would you be offended by, like, oh, then like just make everything a JPEG, or like they want everything to be a JPEG? Not everything should be a JPEG, and and I get it. We've got JPEGs right now, but in the future, if we ever want to move into the metaverse, the metaverse is not going to be built on JPEGs. It's just not. The metaverse is not going to be built on JPEGs. And the socialists want the metaverse to be built on JPEGs. I don't necessarily think the the metaverse should be built on JPEGs. I understand the argument that it should be built on JPEGs. Nobody's going to build the metaverse if it's built on JPEGs. Nobody's going to build you a JPEG home. No one's going to build you a digital JPEG home when someone can build you a home and get fairly compensated for it. No one's going to build you a house in this digital world, in this metaverse, if they're not going to be fairly compensated. And these leftists don't understand that. These people don't understand that people deserve to be fairly compensated for their work, and that's also a leftist idea, that people should be fairly compensated. And I'm just a different type of leftist than they are. I believe artists should be paid properly for making art. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And the NFTs aren't just art, they're also contracts. All contracts are going to be on NFTs in the future. Like anytime you sell your house, it's going to be, in your real house, in real life, it's going to be on NFT. When you sell your real house, it's going to be an NFT contract. When you make a business transaction, it's going to be an NFT contract. It's instead of papers going out the window, we're not going to have paper contracts. Everything's going to be an NFT. You're going to sign an NFT, and NFT is going to be in the crypto sphere, or whatever they call that stuff, for the rest of time. And you're not going to have a piece of paper you can keep in your drawers, over in your middle drawer, so no one will steal that piece of paper from you. You're not going to have paper anymore. It's going to be digital. It's going to be digitized. Everything's going to be digitized. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think digital contracts are a bad thing. And people underestimate the amount of digital things that are going to happen in the future. And it's not a bad thing. Like people are like, oh no, everything is going to be digitized. Who cares? Who cares if it's going to be digitized? I don't care. So look, I don't think NFTs are a bad thing. I think people make a big stink about it, like, oh, they're pointless. NFTs are pointless. Just because you don't understand the point, or even I don't understand the point of a lot of NFTs, just because we don't understand the point of a lot of NFTs, doesn't mean they're pointless. We're in the early days, very early days of NFTs. This is like 1992 as far as internet goes. We're in the very early days for NFTs. We don't know what's going to happen with NFTs. We don't know everything that's going to transpire and everything that's going to grow from them. We don't know. And to say you know what's going to happen with NFTs, you don't really know. You don't really know. And it's you're arrogant to say you know everything that's going to happen with NFTs right now. You can see the whole future right now. You can make jokes about JPEGs or whatever, and that's fine. That's cool. You can make jokes about it, but they are the future. They are the future, and if you're offended by that, well, don't invest in them. Don't invest in crypto. I don't personally invest in crypto because I don't have any money to invest, and I wouldn't invest in crypto even if I had money to invest, because it's so risky. I wouldn't invest in NFTs either, in the same way I wouldn't invest in a piece of art. The only people invest in pieces of art are rich people. And it is money laundering. There are people money laundering NFTs. There are people money laundering art. A lot of it is money laundering. But art is not just money laundering. That's not the only purpose of art, is money laundering. There's other purposes of art too. People like Picassos. Believe it or not, some people like Picassos in their house. It's not just money laundering. People don't just buy Picassos for money laundering. Some people actually want a real Picasso in their home. Yeah, they're rich. They might make bad investments. They might be stupid. Or maybe it's a really good investment. Maybe Picasso is a really good investment. I don't know. I don't know that much about art, and I don't know that much about NFTs. And people walking around acting like they know everything about NFTs before they even start, before most NFTs are even invented. And they're like, oh, I know everything about them. Give me a break. You don't know anything about NFTs, but you're like saying, oh, they're stupid. They're never going to work. But you don't know anything about them. So that's my rant about NFTs. I don't think I have anything else to say. I guess it's going to be like a 10-minute video, isn't it? Do I want... ask a question. Do you think NFTs are pointless? I think they're okay. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of NFTs? I think they're fine. People make such a big deal. Oh no, they're trending on Twitter. Oh, they're trending on Twitter. Oh, no. People make such a big deal about that. Like they're afraid of the future. And like the Jacobin magazine says, NFTs are the scourge of humanity. I think they're bad for the environment. Sure, they need to fix that, but they're gonna make them whether you want them or not. You know. So some people like them. So it just they need to work on that environmental issue. But a lot of things are bad for the environment. That we need more solar power. We need more wind power. We need more nuclear power. We need things that produce less CO2 emissions. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But NFTs are just one of the problems with the environment. There's a lot of problems with the environment. And maybe if you don't want to invest in NFTs, I don't invest in NFTs either. I like looking at them on Twitter because I like looking at art. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments below what you think about NFTs. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community, and please like this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.